Hey guys, I am going to give a little review on the boots I've been wearing for the last 5 months. These are the Merrell Ontario Thermo Mid Waterproof All Leather Color Barley boots that I've gotten. So I got them about 5 months ago. They have about 300 miles on them, hiking miles. That does not include the training miles in the gym on the incline treadmill and the stair climbers. But I have, when I got these, I started using some oil on them right away, and it's kept them really nice. But I wanted to show you, after our little hike over the last weekend, I got them all cleaned up, and I haven't oiled them yet. I just wanted to show you guys what they're looking like without oiling. And then at the end of the vid here, I'll oil them up and I'll show you what they look like when they come back to life with Oberdorfers. So, Oberdorf oil. Okay, so when I originally was looking for boots, I wanted to get something that was going to be able to withstand the winter. And so I wanted an all leather boot. And I wanted to have something with like a nice little waffle design on the bottom, so would they have good grips on these guys. And I searched around for quite a while. I tried on all kinds of different boots, and be honest with you, I didn't even try on the Merrell boots, but they were on sale on Climb, and I got these guys. They fit the bill with all leather, waterproof, insulated pretty well, and they were only $100. So I snagged these little puppies, and they showed up on a Friday. And of course I did what everybody else does. I got the boots, put on a couple pair of socks. I walked around the house for a few hours with them on. And I thought, man, these are super comfortable. Why don't I just wear them tomorrow out on our little hike? So I did. And went out on the hike and up to the mountain. And we got going a couple miles and it started pouring rain. And these little poor babies got soaked. So brand new, soaking wet. Probably walked about 9 miles with them soaking wet. Don't recommend it. So what I did, even driving home, stopped at a street light, like, boy, these seem wet. And I took them off and literally poured water out of them. So they're waterproof. And the waterproofing works very well. So let's get past that. I've worn these puppies in some dry weather, cold weather, snow. We wear micro spikes on them, and so the front it's gotten kind of roughed up on these little guys, but it's still holding up really well. So I'll show you here. You can see that that's barley, by the way. That's a barley color, very nice, and it's pretty rough there. But I'll put my oil on these guys and it'll bring back the life in the leather really well. So that's the only spot where it says Merrell on there. Yeah, they're pretty nice. So we've got kind of a padded woolish kind of a material around here. The tongue is really soft on the top here. It's padded with that woolly kind of material. And then it's got the thinsulate, so it's pretty well insulated throughout the boot here. It's got this tread on the bottom. Oh man, they call it Arctic grip. And I was, kind of hesitant about it when I first got it, but I have not had any really issues whatsoever. The grip actually works really well. You can see these guys are kind of getting beat up, right? Yeah. So anyway, it's a Vibram sole on there, and it worked really well. We've got your little insole guys, and they're a little woolly on top. It's a pretty thin guy. I'll probably just I need to change these guys out. It's starting to get warmer now, and so I'll get some nice padded insoles to wear inside there, because it's pretty solid. These things they've been really, really comfortable to wear, but time for probably a new pair of these guys. I'll probably keep wearing these guys into the spring, and then in the summer it's just going to depend on what kind of rough stuff we're into. We did go up to Mount St. Helens on November 9th wearing these guys, and so it was probably 10 degrees and a foot and a half of snow at the top, and just had little micro spikes on there and just hoofed right up. I wear a pair of just regular thin smart wool socks, and then I have a Costco set of just the wool socks over those guys, and then I wear the boots with those, and my feet have never gotten cold. Of course, you stop and stand around for 15 minutes in 0-degree weather, you're gonna start getting cold feet, and I always get cold feet. I got cold toes, what have you. I always get cold, but these guys have done a wonderful job. I've never gotten cold, especially, being on the move with them. So they've done a great job as far as that goes. Now, when you get them, I got them. I had two different kinds of shoelaces here. This one's blue. I don't even know if you can tell that's blue anymore. Tried to clean it off, and there's kind of a charcoal gray color shoelace with this guy. So I wore the blue guys, and they're looking great at this point. But anyway, overall, we've got the black little clips and stuff, and they're brass, right? So these guys, the paint, whatever, is just getting all chipped off and worn off. But everything works really well. I'll tell you one thing that I've done is I do a salmon. I should have put this on there before, but I do a salmon knot type thing. I'll bring it around through up the laces here, and then as I get to the side guys, I'll bring it up, and then as I get between this guy and this guy, I'll do a salmon knot, and it'll keep your ankle nice and tight into the boot, and then you can have a pretty relaxed grip on the top for your ankle itself. Because I've got a size 8.5. My right is an 8, so I've got about half of a size, and my right foot fits just right with the 2 pair of socks on there. My left is just over 7, so I'm wearing an 8.5. So this guy has more room in there, and that's what I do is I'll do that salmon knot right about here where the tongue, the little guy goes through there. So I'll do a salmon knot here, and then I'll do another one regular salmon knot as you tie your boot, and it does a really good job of keeping it in there. I highly recommend you do that, because these guys being all leather, of course you want to have your heel nice and tight into the back. That's what prevents all the blisters coming on. So I highly recommend you do some kind of a double salmon with these guys. You can see that there's no material in here on the top that is supposed to give, but as I'm walking and I see this guy, I really don't have any kind of a wear where my toes are bending in there. At this point, I know a lot of boots have some kind of a mesh part that they'll put in there now, but these guys are really showing no wear whatsoever in that area. And this guy, I don't know if you can see it, but he's starting to get a little worn, but I think he's got a lot more miles left in him as well. So anyway, that's the old Ontario Mid Thermo guy. Gosh, man, I'd probably give it an 8 out of 10. It's a really good boot.